Hello, Mosaic learners and teachers. Today I put a post, and it was to identify two different spectrums of light within the sky, purple and blue, each representing something different depending on a person's walk, belief system, thought process. We'll say thoughts, words, and actions, right? Because what we believe in is what we do. All right. The reason why I pointed out spectrums is because a couple of days ago I mentioned how every color ultimately leads to the spectrum of the white color, meaning every last one of the colors of the spectrum of the rainbow is actually white. Is just, I want to use this word, mutated. I wouldn't say mutated, but its structure just appears to be different to the eye. And as we all know, our five senses are limited. So, with that being said, when we look up at the sky, we should not only consider what we might see as limitation. Oh, it's just color. We can take a bigger perspective and understand the interconnectivity and how the contrast of color allows us to perceive our reality in one particular way versus another. And that's why I wanted to send love to the one consciousness, because it's understood that we all may not see reality as the same. One thing we do know is how the process of birth is. Right now, that's what we are going through as a collective consciousness. The divine feminine energy, we all know she carries creation. It does not exclude the male, okay? It actually is interdependent. And that's why I also pointed out yesterday the sun and the moon is independent. We have to start looking at things as far as how we're independent instead of how we're separate. But we do have to look at it in its compartmentalized perspective in order to bring about a collaboration and wholeness. All right, I made new cards, and these are a lot deeper than the other ones. But I made 23 of them, and the reason why is because it referred to James 1:23, I believe, and I had did it like a year ago, and we're not bringing it up for any reason other than to say that 23 just always reminds me of self-reflection and introspection. And it refers to a passage of looking inside of the mirror, seeing the truth, which is the shadow, and then walking away from the mirror and acting as though we never seen the truth. When it refers to that, it's just a matter of how difficult it could be sometimes for us to handle our shadows, and that it's okay to have self-compassion. We don't have to sit there forever, but it does have to be addressed in order for us to transmute it for those that are here for that purpose. With that being said, what card do we have today? New card, right? I don't even know if y'all can read this. Detachment can be perceived in many ways. As Gaia purge, we understand that like a fever for the body to heal, she too must heal. It's universal love. It's harmony. And when I say that, I mean for the body, the human body complex, the avatar, however you want to refer to our solid form. Whenever it gets sick, it naturally produces heat. The heat is like fire, very similar to your solar plexus. 4% actually fire in your solar plexus. But anyway, moving forward, we're just trying to look at how it's interconnected, okay? So when the body brings about that fever, it's burning away everything that's not productive for its aligned true, authentic function. And that's all that's really happening, and it can be scary. I just want people to know we should not be scared, because at this point in time, what we're doing is we're starting the process of healing. Everything is subtle. We'll start seeing a lot of changes in structures and personalities and relationships and everything. But the idea isn't so much to get caught up in that. We can recognize it, then we transmute it. Okay? We transmute it with love, because the heart chakra is the chakra that allows us to be grounded here in this reality, as well as connect to higher states of consciousness. And that's pretty much what I wanted to share today. Giving love to everybody and to all of the messages from those energetically, visually, audio, even kinetic. A lot of good energy, a lot of highs, a lot of positive upliftment, a lot of, steps being taken on a subtle level. And I'm grateful for it. Sending love to the one consciousness.